Hello everyone, here is CRH Films. Sit back and let's get started. Today I'm going to tell you about the 2011 film, The Intouchables. Driss and Philip are driving a Maserati through the city at night, and suddenly a police car appears behind them. Driss offers to bet that he can outrun the police, but a few blocks later, another police car blocks his path. Driss offers another bet: the police will work as an escort for them. Driss tells the cops that Philip is having a seizure and is taking him to the hospital. Philip realistically fakes an attack, and the policemen, frightened that the man will die, escort them to the hospital. They did not immediately become friends. The first time they met was when Driss came for a job interview, for him to sign a document saying that he wanted to get a job, but he did not qualify for unemployment benefits. Philip sees something in Driss that he did not see in the other candidates, but he agrees to sign the document, but only tomorrow if Driss comes again. Driss goes home, taking with him a Fabergé egg from Philip's house. A pair of cousins are waiting for him there. Adama, one of the brothers, has gotten involved with the bad guys and Driss is worried about him. In the evening, his mother returns. She's scandalizing her son because he wanted to give her a stolen egg. She also says she's tired of supporting a grown man and kicks him out of the house. Driss spends the night outside with his buddies. In the morning, he goes to Philip's house to pick up the certificate. Yvonne, Philip's assistant, shows him the house and tells him that he will live here if he stays to work. Driss goes to Philip's house and he says he can pick up the signature paper or stay here to work. Philip is willing to bet that the guy will not last 2 weeks. Driss agrees to work. He didn't know what lay ahead of him. He would have to stretch the legs of the paralyzed Philip, spoon feed him, wash him in the morning, dress him, and do many other things. Philip's adopted daughter, Eliza, also lives in the house. She is dating a boy, Bastien, whom Driss does not like. Philip tells us that he and his late wife couldn't have children for a very long time, and after 5 miscarriages, they took Elise in. Later, his wife died and he crashed while flying a paraglider. One day, Driss noticed a letter from some woman, but Philip didn't want to talk about the subject. Yvonne happened to see a knife and a baton in Driss's room. She is worried about her master, because she cannot trust Driss yet, even though he is charming. Philip wants to visit the art gallery and asks Driss to take him in a specially equipped car, but Driss finds himself driving it, for he sees a Maserati standing nearby. Philip says that it is not practical, but Driss does not listen to him. He sets Philip down and puts the stroller in the trunk. There is a car in front of the gate. Philip tells him that a neighbor always parks his car here. In 1 minute, Driss manages to explain to the man that he shouldn't do that anymore. At the gallery, Philip is about to buy a painting for 40,000 euros. Driss is outraged, because he doesn't understand how he can pay so much for such a painting and says that he can paint much better himself. Philip's friends and relatives tell him that Driss is unreliable and dangerous, because he has been taken to the police several times, but that is not what matters to Philip, but that Driss does not pity him. He sometimes teases us Philip and gives him his phone, forgetting that Philip cannot answer himself. Driss tries to please Magali, but she repeatedly refuses. In the evening, Driss learns from Yvonne that Philippe has been corresponding with a girl for 6 months. The letters are written by Magali, at Philip's dictation. One night, Philip has a seizure. Driss tried to help, but it did not help. He took him and they went for a walk. During the walk, Driss treated Philip to some marijuana and he felt better. They went to a cafe, and there Philip asked Driss to return the Fabergé egg he had stolen when they first met, for it was a gift from his late wife. As Philip is writing another letter to Eleanor, Driss intervenes. He says that he should call the girl, for she has sent her phone number. Philip doesn't want to. Despite his objections, Driss called the girl and gave the phone to Philip. They stopped writing each other, and Eleanor and Philip began to talk on the phone frequently. Philip wants to send his picture to Eleanor. Together with Driss they choose which one to send. The girl does not know that he is paralyzed, but later, sent another photo, where there is no wheelchair. Driss didn't lie to Philip. He started to paint a picture because he wants to prove that he can paint no worse than the one that Philip bought, but the whole creative mood spoils Elisa. Driss is tired of enduring her disregard for people and goes to Philip. He promises to talk to his daughter. Driss has finished painting the picture. He consulted with the tenants of the house about his art, all extremely positive about his work. Philip's birthday came and friends and relatives arrived to congratulate him. While everyone listened to classical music, Driss went to Eliza's room. The girl had swallowed pills because her boyfriend had dumped her, while calling her a whore. At the same time, Philip shows Driss's painting to Antoine, saying that it is a painting by an aspiring artist to be shown in London and Berlin. Antoine hesitates, but agrees to buy for $11,000, understanding that it is a good investment. Downstairs, Driss turns on some modern tracks, causing everyone to join in the dance. In the evening, Driss gives Philip his present, a letter from Eleanor that came in the morning. She sends a picture of herself, on the back of which is a proposal to meet. The next day, Philip takes a long time to choose clothes for his date. He is very nervous. Together with Yvonne, they go to the meeting place. At the same time, Driss goes to Bastien, makes him apologize to Elisa and demands that he bring her croissants every morning. Philippe is still very nervous, which makes him call Driss and ask him to pick him up, just before Eleanor arrives. Together with Boris, they go to the airport and fly to the mountains. Philip wants to try something extreme. Upon Driss's return, Adam is waiting in the house. He is in serious trouble and asks for help. Philip has heard everything. He realizes that he needs to let Driss go, because he can't watch him all the time. They have a conversation. Driss tells him that Adama is not his own brother, but Adama's mother, Driss's aunt, but she has always cared for him. While Driss is packing, Magali comes to him and introduces him to his girlfriend. Then Driss realizes why she has not reciprocated. Driss says goodbye to everyone and leaves. There is a car at the exit, but this time Driss politely asks not to park here. In Driss, something has changed. He becomes attentive, settles down to work and talks to the guys to get off his brother. Philip is not doing well. He tries to find an assistant, but they are not up to Driss's level. One night, he has another seizure and doesn't want to see anyone but Driss. Philip calls Driss. He arrives quickly, and they ride around town together, carpooling all night. Driss shaved Philip and brought him to the restaurant, but he wasn't going to eat with him. Driss asked Eleanor out on a date, on Philip's behalf, and before he left, returned the Fabergé egg he had stolen when they first met. Philip moved to Morocco, he married Eleanor and they have children, and Driss opened his own business and has a family too. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like it, subscribe to the channel and write your comments on what movie you want to see next. With you as always, CRH Films. Have a good day or night and see you soon.